So the Colorado Avalanche at the trade deadline traded for Sean Walker and a 2026 fifth-round pick and sent over forward Ryan Johansson and a first round for 2025 to the Philadelphia Flyers in return for, of course, Sean Walker. And Sean Walker was a huge addition for the Colorado Avalanche after the trade of Bowen Byram. You needed another defenseman to go with the Taves, Makar, Manson, and Girard, and then Jack Johnson, of course. And Sean Walker was a great addition for the Avalanche as well to add next to Jack Johnson. And now he is up on contract, so the question is, do you bring him back? Yo, YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy, Rocky Mountain Hockey back here for another video, and today we're going to be discussing the Colorado Avalanche and whether or not they should re-sign Sean Walker. And the answer to that, for me personally, is yes. I think the Colorado Avalanche should re-sign Sean Walker. He's going to be a huge part for this Colorado Avalanche team moving forward and his abilities. So what is it going to be like for the Avalanche? Now, the Colorado Avalanche have a $16 million cap space to projected cap space according to Cap Friendly that they can spend this year. And you got guys who's going to be huge for the Avalanche here, like Sean Walker, who is an unrestricted free agent, and he's going to be huge for the Avalanche because he's going to be a big part of the defenseman, because you're going to have rumors of Devon Taves leaving. You still got Manson and Girard, who are a great defensive pairing together. You need the guy who's more the defenseman compared to the offenseman. And the Avalanche have that's what I love about the Avalanche. They got how their pairings are. You got Taves and Makar. Taves being more the defenseman guy and Makar more the offensive guy. Second line, Manson, Girard. Girard more that defensive guy and Manson more the offensive defenseman. And then, of course, you got Walker and, of course, Johnson. Both of them are more defensive guys. But if there is anyone who's going to be more defenseman, it is more Sean Walker. But if you add him to the first line like Jared Bednar did whenever Devon Taves missed times with Sean Walker on the team, he would bring up Walker and not Manson, not Girard. Because of his ability to play next to Cale Makar is huge for Sean Walker. He is a good defenseman next to Makar. His ability defensively is outstanding. I really don't get really too nervous. And plus time in the zone, he had a +2 minutes average around in Colorado zone. That is his best this year he had in plus and minus minutes. And then, of course, points per game. Points he had this year was 7 with the Avalanche, but overall he had 29. Assists he had a total of 19 and 10 total goals. So on paper, not the flashiest. He ain't the Cale Makar who will get you goals when you need them. But Sean Walker, when he's coming on and a one-timer or can redirect offensively, he'll be there. He'll be like the Devon Taves next to Cale Makar. And that's what I love about Sean Walker's game, is his ability to do that. And then defensively is where I view him more, is his ability to do that. And Sean Walker was huge for the Avalanche. There is defensively on that the third line for the defenseman. He was huge. People don't talk about it. Him and Johnson, you really didn't feel nervous. The only time I got nervous is when their minutes were high in like the 2-minute range. But that's any defenseman. That's any player. You get nervous because they get tired easily because of how much stamina and energy you need in the game of hockey. That's what makes these rotations good. But when he's fresh off the bench and you got a 2-on-1 situation, you're always going to be nervous, but it's less nerve-wracking knowing you got Sean Walker back there or Jack Johnson back there compared. That's what I loved about the Avalanche depth, is you had 3 depths, where if you had a 3-on-2 or 2-on-1 and you have one of your defensemen back there, you're nervous, but you can still trust their ability to break it up. It's not like you have a guy that you're like, oh, this is going to be a goal unless Georgiev can save it, unless Onaman can save it for the Avalanche. That's how it felt. But with the defenseman, you felt pretty confident. And Sean Walker was one of those defensemen for the Colorado Avalanche and was huge for the Avalanche as well. So I view a Sean Walker signing as one of the big four pieces I want the Avalanche to do this offseason. What I want, the 5 main moves I want them to do is sign a defenseman, re-sign Sean Walker, re-sign Casey Middleset, re-sign Jonathan Drouin, and send Mikko Rantanen in this offseason. I will view this as a very, very successful offseason for the Colorado Avalanche. I'm not asking them to go out and get a Steven Stamkos or a flashy first line, second line player. Just re-sign the guys who are up, get healthy with Gabriel Landeskog, Logan O'Connor, and come back next year stronger than you were this year, because this next year's roster is going to be good when they're fully healthy, when Val Nichushkin's off of suspension, when Gabriel Landeskog is back in the rotation, Logan O'Connor. You're going to have the depth that some of these teams like the Florida Panthers who are in the Stanley Cup have, and that's going to be huge. And Sean Walker is going to be a huge part, especially on the defensive side of the game. You need a guy you can trust on that third line, and Sean Walker is that guy, in my opinion. And when Taves go, you can bring him up to the first line next to Cale Makar, and that's going to be huge for the Colorado Avalanche. But let me know down below, what do you think? Do you think the Avalanche should re-sign Walker or not? But let me know down below. If you guys haven't, hit that like and sub button, and as always, go Avs, go.